All right, we want to start this section on long-term planning, and the reason that we want to talk about long-term planning is mostly because long-term planning considers the issue of retirement and how are you going to sustain yourself in retirement. And in particular, we're going to focus a little bit on Social Security because at this point of the total number of retirees that are in the system, as I have mentioned before, 80% only sustain themselves from Social Security alone. They have no other means or assets with which to live. But whether you believe Social Security is going to be in your long-term future, there is a thing called Social Security benefits that you need to be aware of. And the account that I will want you to go next week to open up an account is the socialsecurity.gov my account, where you can sign up to see what your work history has been and what your Social Security projected benefits will be. So let's take a look at the next clip to give you a brief overview of the Social Security account.
Introducing a breakthrough in time management technology. A whole new day of the week. It's called Someday. Ingenious. Perhaps someday you are going to go skydiving. Enter a hot dog eating contest. Maybe ride a mechanical bull. Now it's on the calendar. You may want to retire someday. Ready for that? You'll really want this. A My Social Security account at socialsecurity.gov. You can estimate your future benefits, plan for your retirement, and how to save for it. If you already receive benefits, you can manage them online. Millions of people already have a My Social Security account. In fact, someone opens one about every 6 seconds. Get yours today, because someday is here at socialsecurity.gov.
So, why concern yourself about Social Security? What you want to remember is that your retirement benefits and your Medicare benefits, medical benefits, come to you because you have paid contributions through payroll, or if you're self-employed, you have paid some kind of Social Security taxes. But besides retirement benefits, there are other benefits, and these other benefits include survivor benefits and disability benefits. Today, if a significant income earner in your family passed for whatever reasons, there are capabilities to get payments from Social Security benefits even though that you're not of retirement age. The same thing also happens with disability benefits. You could become disabled at a young age, and there is capabilities to get benefits from Social Security for disability. And so while you may not see this lasting in long term for your retirements, there are some obviously present day capabilities in Social Security that you need to be aware of, and you need to open up an account with Social Security to find out some of the particulars of those benefits. So we want to reflect on life for just a moment, and while you're living, we talked about these four issues in healthcare to some degree or another, but you're all young and healthy. You're all doing well in life, I think. But there are four pieces of paper that I think you need, whether you're young and healthy or not so healthy and old. And those are the advanced medical directives, healthcare proxies, living will, and durable powers of attorney. I related to you a story of a friend of my daughter's who is single, had a child in her early 30s, as I remember, but she was in the hospital over this last summer, very serious kidney condition, and it was not expected that she would survive that. And she had none of these documents, and she had a 1-year-old child. Now, luckily, my daughter's friend pulled through, and she's since returned to work in the last few weeks. and everything is okay, at least as far as the mother's health is concerned, but she still has not these documents prepared. And I want you to thinking about what you would want to happen if you were unable to make a decision because of some kind of incident that might happen in your life. And who is it that you trust, and who do you want to leave your decision making authority with, and try to determine that up front before any accidents that can happen that would have some other person make those decisions on your behalf that you may not want that person to be involved with. So I also want to reflect on death for just a moment. There are these things called wills, self-proving wills, holographic wills, oral wills. Some are more strong than others, but it's a document of your will. In other words, what do you want happen in case some issue befell you that you could no longer make any decisions? And you need to look at wills. You say, well, I don't really have any assets, so who or what do I need to have a will made out for, because I have nothing to give to my beneficiaries? Well, perhaps that's true, but perhaps you have an asset called child, and if you died for some reason, what do you want? What would you want to happen with your child? And I think there are provisions in wills to take care of some of these questions. And so think about a will. Why do I need a will? Well, these reasons are somewhat self-evident. It creates a more seamless, smooth transition from life to death if you have a will. Particularly if you have a minor child or minor children. Who's going to take care of the children? How are your children going to be taken care of? And if you have gobs and gobs of money at some point in time in your life, and you're more charitably or they're philanthropically inclined, do you want to give some of that money away? Well, you need wills to do those things. What happens if I don't have a will? If you don't have a will, you are said to die intestate. In such cases as this particular slide notes, the state will oversee the distribution of your assets. If the distribution is not clear, in other words, your relatives are not clear, and this can happen. You could be single, and all of your relatives have died, or in a location that may not be found immediately by the state. Your assets will be escheated. Escheatment is the transfer of assets, your assets in particular, to the state of Indiana until a determination can be made where and to whom to pay these assets. So that concludes our some of our long-term planning things. I want you to consider very carefully each of these, because not doing something creates consequences, and doing things create consequences, and it's a matter of control. Do you want to be in control of your future, or do you want to let just things happen? If you want to be in control, I suggest you look at advanced medical directives and living wills and the like, and wills for your death, and not be in a position of just letting things happen.